Guys, we're going to talk about cross-elasticity of demand, which is sometimes called XED.
This is defined by saying that XED is the measure of the percentage change in quantity demanded of product X when there is a percentage change in the price of product Y. In this definition, the words percentage change are very important.
And mathematically, it can be expressed as XED equals to percentage change in QD, where QD is quantity demanded, over percentage change in price, which is in which P is the price of product Y.
The value of XED can be either positive or negative. And unlike in PED, the positive and negative signs are very important because they determine whether the goods in question are substitute or complement goods.
So when are the goods substitutes or complements, Johanna?
When the value is positive, the goods are substitutes, and when the value is negative, the goods are complements.
Okay, so I think substitute goods, complement goods are the goods which can be consumed together, and they're in joint demand. So an example of this will be bread and butter. And substitute goods are the goods which can be used interchangeably. That is, for example, an iPhone 5 and a Samsung Galaxy S4. You can either use one or the other.
However, XED is rather a spectrum. For example, if the goods have a very negative XED, they are close complements. Whereas if it's just a little bit negative, they are remote complements. And the same goes for positive, close substitutes or remote substitutes. When the value of XED equals 0, the goods are completely unrelated.
How can goods be unrelated, Johanna?
Well, goods which we expect to have no effect on each other, such as, for example, books and cat food. If the price of books go up, we wouldn't expect anything to happen to the QD of cat food.
Okay, so you can also express XED in a graph like this one, where if the price of product X increases and the quantity demanded of product Y increases, they are substitute goods, represented by that curve. And if the price of product X increases and the quantity demanded of product Y decreases, they are complement goods, which is shown by that other graph. Johanna, can you give us an example of this, how to calculate it?
Before, we told you about the formula, which is XED is equal to the percentage change, which is represented by this triangle called delta, in QD of product X, divided by the percentage change in price of Y. So, first you have to calculate percentage change, which can be done using some simple mathematics. Here, the percentage change in price is positive 40%. So we divide we divide on the bottom 40%. And on the top, you have QD, which is minus 40%. This gives us an XED, in this case, of minus 1.
What does that mean, Johanna?
This tells us because the question is, if the price of movie theater ticket increases from 5 to 7 pounds, and popcorn sales go from 1,000 to 600 buckets per week, what is the value of XED? So through our calculation, we found that XED is negative 1. This tells us that the goods are very close complement.
Another example of this type of questions is the price of pencils increases from 50 cents to 70 cents, and the number of pens sold increases from 200 to 400 per week. What's the value of the XED, and what does this tell us about the goods? So as we said before, you use the same formula, whereas QD, percentage change in QD, if you calculate it, it's very simple math, you get is 50%. And the percentage change in price is 40%. So you basically just take the initial minus the final over the initial multiplied by 100. So 50% over 40% according to the formula, you get the value of XED equals to 1. XED equals to, 1.25. Is this right, Johanna?
Yes, Christine, that is completely right. Now what does that tell us about the goods?
Well, this tells us that the goods are very close substitutes. As we know, you can either use a pen or a pencil, so they're good substitutes.
But Christine, this feels a little useless. Why do I need to know this?
It's very important for you to know the applications of this because it enables the firms to know how to alter the prices of their certain products so as to get maximum revenue. Let's say I produce I produce Coca-Cola and Sprite. I will know how to alter the price of Coke to get a maximum revenue on both Coke and Sprite.
Wow, Christine, that seems really useful.
It's very useful, Johanna.
Thank you for listening.
If you have any questions, just comment below. Thank you.